Hey guys, Jason Wilmot here from Hacktics, and in this video, I want to walk you through this growth hacking mentality of thinking from the bottom of the funnel up and why we always start our thinking down at the bottom rather than just thinking, how can I get more people to my website or into my funnel? So stick around and I want to walk you through this concept. All right, folks, this is another thing that I really like talking about when it comes to growth hacking. So let's imagine that you have a website, because that's the best way to just think about this. You see, the problem that most people think, I just need to get more traffic to my website. I need more people and I need more people, I need more traffic, right? And of course you need people in your website, right? But the key to growing your business is actually on your website. It's what do you want people to do on your website once they are there? And if you can remove the friction from that, then you're going to grow your business. So let's go and think about like a lead gen based business. So let's say that your call to action on your website is either to contact us, book a call, request a demo, something like that, where you're prompting this person to reach out to you and give you some information. You have to think about what you want them to do first and then how to measure that and how to track that. And that's why I'm such a big proponent of you have to set up your tracking and conversions first before you ever worry about like sending in more traffic. Because if you can't measure how that traffic is performing, then it's not going to do you any good. You'd be like, hey, this digital marketing thing is working. And it'd be like, hey, well, where is it working and where it's not? You're like, oh, I don't have a clue. I just know that if I put money into the internet, I can yield more money down here. Well, that's great. That's a good problem to have. But when you start your thinking from the bottom of the funnel up, what you're trying to do is you're trying to set this baseline of conversions. Is somebody coming to my website and are they converting? Are they opting in? Are they hitting that thank you page? Because we put all of our conversions on this thank you page. There's another video for that if you want to check that out. So the thank you page, if they hit that, that's called a conversion. And what we want to set is this base layer of conversions first, so that we know if we're sending in traffic or traffic is coming in organically, we know the conversion rate of each source. Conversion rate meaning this. Let's say you have an organic YouTube video. Let's say you have a paid YouTube video. You have an organic Facebook post and a paid Facebook ad. What you can see is like, hey, these people are converting at 2%. The ad is converting at 4%. These folks on the Facebook post are creating at whatever. You get it. So let's say it's 4, it's 2, or it's 2, it's 4, it's 1, it's 5. What you can then do by understanding how to think from the bottom of the funnel up, you're saying, okay, the people who are coming in from Facebook are coming in and converting at a 5% rate. And I'm paying X amount to Facebook, so if the ROI is positive, then I want to crank the spend. I want to spend more money on Facebook because that's working. Same for YouTube. If it's converting at 4%, then great. We want to just continue to turn that up. Now, the organic pieces, you can't really have a big control over that. You can't scale it like you can a paid system, and that's why I'm such a big fan of paid acquisition, is because if you can follow the math on through, you can just turn it up, and if it works, right? That's the beauty about paid ads and ROI and automation and all of this, is because if you can track it, then you can scale it and you can automate it, you can growth hack your way up the funnel. And so when you start your thinking at this bottom of the funnel, you're trying to really think about conversions, who's coming in and who's converting. And then what you're trying to do after that is you're implementing these things called UTM Tracking Pieces, where you can actually connect a click all the way down to the conversion. So you can follow that click all the way back up to the original source, so you can see, hey, which source is actually converting at the highest amount. And then when you walk it up to that qualifying page, right? So if we have our thank you pages and our qualifying pages in our top of funnel, we can just start segmenting and automating. So if they came into the top of the funnel, or they came into our funnel, and then they hit this qualifying page, but they left for some reason, what you can then do is you can set up retargeting systems and remarketing systems. And again, there's another video that I have on that. And you sort of build from the bottom up, right? Because you don't just want to pour in more traffic. Because let's say that people are actually interested in your brand, they hit that qualifying page, but for some reason they bounce and they leave. Well, it's to your advantage to put ads back in front of the people who've displayed intent, and that's why remarketing and retargeting are so useful and so, profoundly incredible tools, because these people who are coming to your contact us page, but for some reason they didn't contact you, you can put a message back in front of those folks and you can get them to opt in. It's a lot easier than just pouring on more traffic, right? there's a misconception that you need more traffic to your website to increase your sales. That is not true. What you need is you just need to retarget the people who have displayed the greatest amount of intent and bring them back. Once you have that system set up, and then once you have the system of conversion set up so that you can track who's converting and where they're coming from, then that's when you turn on the traffic, and that's when you start pushing out, more content like this. It's when you start pushing out more ads to get people into this machine that works on your behalf. But again, I'm telling you, if you're going to implement any of this, go ahead and you start from the bottom of the funnel. So there you go, folks. That is why it's important to work from the bottom of the funnel up and to start your thinking from the bottom up. If you found this video useful, I would love if you would hit like, share it with somebody, subscribe if you're on YouTube right now, or leave a comment below. I would love to engage with you there. And then if you want to come to Hacktics, I would love to show you more about how I use, this bottom of the funnel thinking. If you come to my website, you're going to get hit with retargeting, remarketing, all of these things because I'm tracking all of it. And what I do is I scale what's working, and then I kind of cut back what's not. So not only do I, preach this and teach this, I use this myself. And if you want to know what that looks like firsthand, just go ahead and click through, visit hacktics.com, sign up for a webinar, or hop on a phone call, and then hopefully I would get to meet you at some point in the Hacktics community. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Adios. Bye.